Hello class, my name is Daniel Lewis. I'm going to be instructing my friend here, my subject, Kyle Sanders. Wait for the camera, Kyle. And Kyle is going to be performing these next 5 stretches for the video. The first stretch is going to be a static quadricep stretch. This is going to be conducted you'll be able to do this by yourself on the floor. So I've got Kyle laying on his side. What Kyle is going to do to stretch his own quadricep, he's going to hold this for anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds, depending on whatever he needs, and he's going to do it each leg. So I'm going to have him start off, and we'll demonstrate the left side, and then you can imagine what he would do to switch over to the right. But what Kyle is going to do is he's going to bring his top leg, his left foot, up to his buttocks. And once he's brought this up to his buttocks, he's going to grab it with his hand. This is going to engage the quadriceps. And now he's going to pull with his hand, pull the knee back as well. So this is a 2-part stretch. He's going to hold it for anywhere from 8 to 12 seconds, whatever feels comfortable, or as long as he needs. So this is the quadricep self-stretch. Second stretching technique that I'm going to have Kyle perform, it is going to be the static stretch for the hamstrings. So there's a couple of different stretches that you can do. Hamstrings are very important to stretch out because they get very tight. That's one of, especially in males, that's one of the muscles that pull quite often. So it's important to get the hamstrings nice and loose. And this will help elongate the hamstring. So one of the stretches that I'm going to have Kyle perform, he's in a seated position. He's going to be placing the foot. It's a 1-leg stretch at a time. So he's going to be putting one leg out, and he's going to have the other one bent. And then he's going to go ahead and reach as far out as he can over the top to his toes. Obviously, Kyle's got some great flexibility, so he's able to reach all the way out to his toes. I'm going to hold that anywhere from 8 to 12 seconds, 15, just depending on whatever he needs and feels comfortable with. And then he'll be able to switch out and go to the opposite leg. So the switch, pretty simple, pop through, and now you're able to go to the opposite leg. So this is one of the hamstring stretches that is going to be very beneficial, easy to do. You're able to do this one on your own. And another hamstring stretch that we have, and it does the piriformis as well. I'm going to have him lay down on his back, and he's going to cross over his foot over his knee, and then he's going to go ahead and grab his knee, and in between the thigh and the calf, and he's going to pull that up to his chest. This is another one that's going to stretch the hamstrings, and it's also going to get the piriformis in the glute area. So he'll hold this again for as long as anywhere from 8 to 12 seconds, 15 in that range, and this is going to stretch it out. All right, this next stretch is going to be a little bit more advanced. This one's going to take some maneuvering of the body. It's going to take some resistance. This is a self-stretch PNF stretch for the quadriceps. So this can be done. PNF is going to be able to help as far as it's going to add resistance to the stretch, and is going to help so that the muscles are going to relax so that he can get a better stretch. So this self-stretch for the quadriceps, what Kyle is going to do is he's going to pull the top leg up to his buttocks, and he's going to hold that back. He's going to then take his lower leg, and he's going to cross his foot over his knee. And what he'll be doing for this PNF is using resistance. He's going to try and drive the quad forward, and this front leg is going to cause resistance. So he'll be able to use that to move and push forward. So Kyle, if I have you scoot back about a foot or so that the camera can get you in there, so that they'll be able to see this. Perfect. So he's got the foot crossed over, and he'll do it for about a 6 to 8 second count on the resistance. Ready, go. 4, 5, 6. And now he'll be able to get a little extra stretch. And we'll do that for about 2 to 3 repetitions. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, class, this next stretch that we're going to be conducting here on Kyle is going to be the partner PNF stretch for the quadriceps. How this stretch is going to work is I'm going to assist Kyle. What we're going to want is to make sure that the pelvic bone, that the butt and the hips are flat against the ground. And then we're going to go ahead and take the leg, and we're going to move this, and we'll bring his foot all the way to his buttocks. So Kyle's got some decent flexibility, but not able to get his foot all the way to the buttocks naturally. So I'm going to be able to help him out here with these partner PNF stretches. I'm going to provide resistance for him pushing me and engaging the quadriceps. for about a 6 count, and then I'll be able to continue in a stretch. So we'll start that, and we'll do that for about 3 repetitions. So we'll begin here. Begin resisting. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get a nice stretch. Hold that for a few seconds. Notice want to help to make sure they're keeping their pelvis down. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get that a little bit deeper. Almost getting heel to the booty now. Only a little bit further to go. Let's go one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring that all the way back. All right. So we'll be able to do that on both sides. That is the partner PNF stretch for the quadriceps. The important keys here is making sure that the hips are flat. You'll notice if you start getting in here, sometimes they'll turn the hip one way or the other. You want to help them to keep that down. And then also, if you're a little bit smaller than the individual, you're going to have to really get in there behind them so that they're not able to push you with too much force. Fortunately, I'm a big guy, so I'm able to hold pretty good. But you got to be able to know your subject. The final stretch that I'll be performing here for you guys, what this is the partner PNF groin stretch. So there's a couple ways that you can do this, but this is going to be the most functional. There's one where they're laying on their back and their legs are split. That one's a little bit tougher to do, but this one is going to be a little bit more simple to do. You can do it on your own, but you can also have a partner help. And how this is conducted is I'm going to come from behind and I'm going to resist his knees, pushing them down to the ground. And then he's going to go ahead and try and bring them in and close them together. So we'll hold that for about a 5-6 second count, and then I'll be able to help push his knees back down to the ground. So we'll start that. All right. With this, you can see he's got some pretty good flexibility. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little bit deeper there. Once you start to feel that he's resisting a little bit, then we'll bring it back up. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back down. Starting to get a little tight again. Let's go in again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And almost knees to the ground. This is a pretty good stretch here. You're able to hold it. So that's the partner PNF groin stretch. That's what that's going to look like. That's going to help stretch out the groin. This is an important muscle for us to do as males because there's a lot of groin pulls, a lot of things that can be happening there. So this is going to help for that change of direction and help prevent some groin injuries that are going to be debilitating. Stuff that sometimes isn't serious enough to keep us out of competition, but can be really nagging and limit our performance.